everything we just read, who does that fit, brother?
Sounds very similar to our situation.
Sounds very, very similar.
Right.
Now, who was God speaking to when he was saying those things, though?
His chosen people.
Which is called what?
The Israelites.
The Israelites. So if everything we read pertaining to the Israelites fit us, right? And we can't be black, we can't be African American, we can't be colored, we can't be Negro. All that's off the table, and we fit what's right here in the Bible. Who must that make us, bro? Who must that make us?
If it hasn't been specific to what's said there, they would have to make us the Israelites.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
I'm afraid that your words might be wasted on me just due to the simple fact that, like, when it comes to the whole black conversation, I do view myself as a black American. Just because of the way of description, I'm proud of being American.
Now, hold on that point. Well, my grandma, you know what she called herself?
What?
And our people, color. So how is it that
my grandma said Negro.
Yeah, his grandma say Negro. So how is it that his grandma saying Negro, my grandma saying colored, and now you just a black American? Now, how does it continue to change? Because if you went back in time and said, I'm a black American, they say, wait, hold on, we're the same people. I thought we were the same people. How we all different nationalities? So that leaves on the table that, brother, that's not really who you are. Black is a color, brother. That's not. Because like Chinese men, they go back where? To China.
Right.
Russian men go back to Russia.
Right.
Like all these nationalities, they go back, they have a land, they have a language. What is the black language? What's the black language? And if you say Africa, I mean, we're at Africa.
Right, because that's a continent, not a country.
Come on, brother, you got some wisdom too.
You got some wisdom.
Like, I think, I'm right enjoying this conversation. If I'm keeping you guys with something, let me know.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
It is, so like, one, I have to give full credit to the point of like, it has changed, like, for lack of better words, the labeling throughout time. Right. Black, not black, Negro, colored, black American. So when I look back and see what it is, or have that conversation. When I have again, I'm not trying to keep y'all from.
No, you good.
I just know that, brother.
Oh, okay. But I think it's almost a chosen thing because, like, what I've accepted. Now, I think this is where I would love to have the conversation. What I've accepted is, without a doubt, I'm American. I take a little bit of pride in that. I understand the good and bad of being, or if you want to be real technical, like the United States and or statesmen, but like I understand the good and bad of that, which all nations do have. But also accepting that history of America, as far as the clear separation, for lack of better words, is defined by skin tone, color of white and black. Now we can have a different conversation about like, oh, what about the Asian Americans or like the Hispanic Americans? And I'm like, that's fair, but then you kind of, and this might be a little bit messed up to say, and feel free to correct me, even though you can be of a different nationality, the categories is one of the two. Unfortunately, even when you look at it economically. And it's really unfortunate as defined by color, and that it should be more defined, in my opinion, by culture, right? Because I think that'd be a more interesting conversation of being a Midwest American, because it's a difference between the Midwest, East Coast, West Coast, that type of thing. But as I've said earlier, which is, I want to actually hear you guys' opinion on this. I've accepted that I am American and that I must choose to be a type of American. I accept, unfortunately, the reality placed upon me that choices are white or black, and I choose black. Or I can just say American or black American, but I choose black. Like, I'm not going to forget the history.
Right. Now, to stand on the statement that you're a proud American, you would have to agree with everything that happened on this soil. So the fact that so-called blacks, we're gonna keep saying so-called because I'm saying? That's not really who we are.
Okay.
As far as a race, because black is a color, like we stated. But you had to also take pride in the slavery that happened, the raping, the robbing, the murder, because that's how it was founded.
So I'm not proud of those events happening in the history. I like that we can overcome, because one of my biggest issues. Now that is a great question. I would say in some respects we have. When you go back into the history of it, like we weren't allowed to read, and then within one generation we had 50% literacy. That's amazing, stats-wise. When you consider
that's only because we couldn't read.
Right, because it was held back. But imagining that growth doesn't happen a lot.
We are very illiterate today. A lot of our people are at like a 4th grade reading level.
Is decreased. Now, my personal opinion, it isn't our choice.
It's integration.
It's
School systems and stuff.
It's a school system, and what's also like purported in the culture, right? I'm not wearing it today, but I'm super into comic books, and I think that like the people that are portrayed as in like, yo, these should be your celebrated black heroes, and I'm not saying like excluding kind of like civil rights leader, like someone I have a little bit of beef with on a personal level is like Jay-Z. We can argue about his bars, but let's not forget what he did to get where he got there. Right. He needs to be held accountable for that humble opinion. Right. But like, there's also great black entertainers going even more modern day, like Dwayne McDuffie. Back when DC made good cartoons, he was the mastermind. He was the lead story head of like Justice League, and then got full control of Justice League Unlimited and their movies. Like, took it great places, was able to have healthy dialogue. It wasn't necessarily about race, but about difference of people. We also started Milestone Media Comics, which what I loved about his comic universe is he made white people the minority. So then you could have the healthy conversations about different. I want to find a different word than Black American to like be respectful, but like have
You can use that.
I want to bring a point, because actually, since you're talking about superheroes, something I found out recently was Static Shock. You remember that show? They took Static Shock off of air because they said that
it was too
a black quote unquote black action figure wasn't marketable.
Which is crazy because it goes for so much on eBay now. Like, when you have a conversation about like, and maybe you can say at the time, and that's also the issue with just entertainment overall, it's about what's sellable. Because like, as a different aside, as far as like movies that I think are great, and I think what was really it should be part of more of the conversation that, I'm gonna say Americans with our history, just to be more respectful and whatnot. Because like, if you guys say as offensive, I don't want to offend you. I just want the message to be heard. But like, I think one of the greatest movies ever made was Bamboozled. I think that did a great job of explaining all the different type of culture of what it is to be us. Because today, the only thing you see, drug dealer, poor family that just got on up, but never just like, hey, let's have another conversation. Hey, let's talk about this opinion. And also the thing I hate about or dislike about black media is just all us blacks, all us dark. Shouldn't say it like that. I get.
We get what you're saying.
Yeah, but like, it's never, hey, we have to interact with other people and what those interactions are like. And that is bothersome.
Now, I'll call you.
No, go ahead. I'm going to listen more because I talk a lot.
No, you good. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you said some good stuff. Now, you said have you ran into Israelites before? Or
I have not. I know that you guys have. I drive along
Washington.
Kings Highway, and I hear the stuff.
What is we having a purple
assembly?
Yeah.
Maybe a purple or blue?
Where it on Kings Highway?
It's Israelites.
Corner of Kings Highway and Delmar. Usually over
General Assembly.
General Assembly. Okay. All praise to the Most High.
Mighty brothers.
Love them brothers, man. Mighty brothers. Right? So, how does this all tie in back to the Bible? Because, you know what I'm saying, we threw some things out there, but how does what we're saying correlate back to the Bible? Because in the Bible, it speaks about the conditions of our people, how we got in the conditions, because, I mean, our people don't know history before 1619.
Right.
I mean, what were we doing before slavery? Was we black people with no clothes on, swinging on trees?
No.
Like they say? So, I mean, what were we doing? Sometimes we ask people, can you even name any of your foremothers or forefathers before slavery? You can't.
No.
We don't know. It's like that history is just vanished.
Like he brought up the term earlier. He said when he's talking about other nations, he said culture. Versus like our people, we don't really have a culture. Only culture that we know of in 2024 is what? Gang banging, is selling drugs, prostitution.
That's the way I like to put it.
You said a what?
Boredom.
Marketable. It's easy to sell.
You watch anime?
Yes, I do.
You watch One Piece?
I'm not the biggest One Piece fan, but I know
you know the Dark Ages. They're hiding something for a reason, and that's what they're hiding. In resemblance to this, they're hiding our history for a reason.
Marketable culture, man. Just hey.
We want to bring out some precepts that's kind of going into. I'm gonna kick it off with this. Book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Now, Salaki, before you, just to break it down and open your mind up to what we reading, because when we know in the Old Testament, what you read right now, everything that God was saying was pertaining to a certain people. You know who those people were?
I thought it was supposed to be the Jews.
The Israelites.
Yeah.
So the prophets, they were sent to the Israelites during the times of their captivities, different captivities they was in. So when you're reading, you know what I'm saying, the Old Testament, you know what I'm saying, these things are focused towards these people. So when he reading this, you gotta think upon it's just one group of people that he's speaking about. Now bring it up.
Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, saying thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children.
He said, since you've forgotten the law, right? Hey, you've been destroyed. Right? Not just physically, but mentally also.
Right.
Where now, like you said, it's a marketing culture, right? Where you put your behind in the camera to make you some money, or you kill your own brother to make some money, man. Hey, Denzel got the 1 Grammy on being the bad guy.
Yep. Being crooked.
Yeah.
Right? They love that. Right? They don't want to see no black man be the hero.
No.
Right? Be the good guy. Right? His family's in order. Right? That's why you got the Medea movies. Those get glorified because it just talks about the madness that goes on in our
the
family.
Huxtables, the Dr. The Uncle Phil's, they all gone.
So like even the movie Hancock,
Right?
he was portraying a superhero, but they had him doing
Trunker.
like
Stupid.
So when, you know what I'm saying, we kind of trying to put a focal point on who is it speaking to, because we go into the scriptures, the Lord's dealing directly with one nation of people. Right? He made all the other nations, and he made them for his pleasure, he made them for his purpose. Right? But he's dealing directly with this one nation, which he chose out of all the other nations. So you gotta kind of find out, well, who is these people? Because you have people that's self-proclaiming to be the chosen people right now, to this day.
Yeah.
Which are the people over there in Israel right now, in the Middle East. They're proclaiming to be these people in the book. But the scripture is all about prophecy. So you have to link history up and things that was written and see if it actually came to pass, and see, well, who is it pertaining to? Just like how they did in the New Testament. I know you read the New Testament.
Yeah.
Like the scribes and the Pharisees, they didn't believe that Jesus was him who was supposed to be the person that come.
Right.
Because they was reading the prophecy and was like, well, hold on, he's not really, it's not how he's supposed to come. Even though the scripture said that he was going to come in a mule, come in and ride on the ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was going to come from the lower stock. He was going to die for the people. Right? But they didn't understand that. They didn't understand the prophecy that it was written, you know what I'm saying, that he had come to suffer for his people. Right? So when you're going into the scriptures, you have to look into the prophecies. And the Old Testament has a bunch of prophecies towards his people and what will befall them. Right? Like you reading Deuteronomy right now. We're going to get into Deuteronomy, right, and show you why we even say that we're Israelites. Because it's not just one morning we just woke up and said, I want to be God, so I want to be Israelite. I'm an Israelite today, right? Now I'm an Israelite. I'm just walking as an Israelite. No, we actually, I didn't believe in the Bible before it was broken down to the prophecies on what the Israelites went through. And if you know what I'm saying, from my understanding, from history, it fits my people, right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 28 real quick, in verse number 1.
Sorry, 1.
Yeah.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
Now, when he said come to pass, that means it's going to happen. It's a prophecy. He's speaking of prophecy. You know?
Say, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You should hearken, meaning listen unto the Most High God, you know?
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To do his what?
All his commandments.
Right, so if the Israel, because this is after Moses led them out of Egypt. Right? When they were slaves in Egypt. And Deuteronomy means second law. Right? So he was telling them, right, if you keep these commandments, if you listen to the Most High, right, this is what he's going to do for you. Bring it out.
To do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right, so that's a blessing. Right? If y'all do what I say, y'all obey my word, y'all keep my commandments, I will set y'all on high above all the nations. Right? Y'all gonna be the light, right? Y'all gonna be my people, right? Hey, I'm gonna be dealing with you, right? You're gonna be all things is gonna be blessings. Now, what do you think will happen if they don't? They don't keep it.
They don't get the blessings.
Right? And what's the opposite of blessing?
Curses.
A curse. Right? Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Now he's jumped to 15. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say we jump around. But when you read from Deuteronomy 28 and 1 on down to 14, those are all the blessings that would be, happen to them. You know what I'm saying? They'll be blessed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they'll be the head and the other nations will be the tail. Right? The other people have to come to them. Right? They don't have to lend to anybody. Right? So those are all the blessings. So he jumped to 15 because now it's going to go into the curses. Right? Bring it up.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
don't listen,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so now we know that the Israelites was given, you know what I'm saying, kind of like an ultimatum, man. If you keep these commandments, then you're going to be blessed. If you don't, hey, this is going to happen. You're going to be cursed. Kind of like how our parents did in the household. Right? Hey, I don't know how your household got down, but if your mama told you, hey, take that chicken out, you better throw that chicken out, and she get home, that chicken ain't thought of, what's going on?
You're not eating. That's at the top of the list.
Trash ain't taken out, toys all over the place.
It's up. It's like
all the lights on in the house.
All right? You might have, you know what I'm saying? She said, hey, you did your homework, and you get everything done, you get to play your game all night, you get to watch your TV show, whatever. But if you don't, that's off limits now. It's a problem now. So that's what was given to the Israelites. You keep the commandments, y'all gonna be blessed above all nations, you know what I'm saying? Or if y'all don't, curse. Alright? Now, go to Deuteronomy 30 and verse 1 real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
The what?
The blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee.
Right, he said, hey, when all these things come to pass, the blessing and the curse. So it was already, the Most already knew that they was going to go off.
Yeah.
Right? So he said, hey, when all these things come to pass, when you get the blessings and when you get the curses, you know?
And thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Now, let's go back. So now we know that, okay, the Israelites went through the curses and they went through the blessings. So we have to try to identify, well, who are these people? Because these people will fit the things that's written. Right. Now, let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse number 16. Well, 46.
I said, can I go to 37?
36. No, 36. 36.
Deuteronomy 28 and 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which
like
thou...
37, you right.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
Hold that. Give me 46.
Yeah. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee.
They said what?
And they shall be upon thee.
He's talking about the curses. Mm-hmm. The curses shall be upon the Israelites. Read on.
For a sign and for
what?
For a sign and for a wonder.
The curses is going to be upon them for a sign. What is the sign used for?
To notify, provide direction.
To provide direction. So if you drive and you're looking for McDonald's, what you look for?
The sign.
The sign, the big yellow, the M, man, right? The arches, right? So the Lord said these curses are going to be upon the Israelites for a sign and for a wonder, because these people, right, they're going to lose a sense of identity. They're not going to know who the hell they are, right? So they're going to wonder, right? And it's the sign to show you, okay, hey, that's why we just read in Deuteronomy 30 and 1, we're going to bring all these things to mind, right? Because you're going to understand, oh, the Lord wrote that. whoa, the Lord said that this was going to happen. The blessings and the curses. Now, go to 16.
Verse 16.
Now, you tell me who these fit. Now, we're going to go through a list of things, and we're going to see who can fill in that box, right? So, I said we like to do this. You got Chinese people right here. You got the Arabs right here. Right, you got, who else? You got the Japanese right here.
Filipino.
The Filipino, you got the white man right here. Right, you got the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You tell me who these fit, right? And it's gonna show you who the Israelites are, because it's prophecy, it's history, and it's the Most High's word. I ran it out.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
He said what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So the Lord said, if you break these commandments, you're going to be cursed in the cities. Now remember, everything he's saying is a prophecy.
Right.
It's something that's going to come to pass. It's something that's for a sign for these people. So if we look at today, and he said that these curses are going to be upon you forever, right? So if we look at today, who's cursed in the cities?
We are.
Right? Now can you say the Jews over there is cursed? Or do they own everything?
I'd say they own quite a bit.
They own quite a bit. Kanye exposed that. Kanye exposed that. He even said that, hey, we the real Jews, and these fake Jews, right, said they own everything. Right? They own the damn the record labels, right? The news outlets,
All social
right?
media.
All social media, right? All of these
Record
things.
labels.
Mark Zuckerberg is Jewish, man. It says that God shows the people, right? But we're not trying to drill them and get on them right now, but we're trying to show you that, you know what I'm saying, it's not adding up.
Right.
It's not adding up, and you're not fitting what's written, the prophecy, right? So the Lord says you're going to be cursed in the Israelites are going to be cursed in the cities. Now you can agree that our people fit that. We're cursed in the cities. Strung out on drugs. Damn shootouts, damn gang violence, damn single mothers in the household, man, right? Just demons and just madness and confusion, right? And that's a curse. And then what our people say? We got what curse? We got generational what?
Generational curses.
Generational curses. Well, they're not too far off because it's written, right? We don't.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And when was we cursed in the field?
With slavery.
Slavery, right? Damn, working from sun up to sundown, right? And you back out there before the sun even come back up, right? Or if they want to, they can pull you out, right? Beat you down, they do whatever, man, right? So, hey, that's another curse, man, that fits who?
Us.
Well, hold on. Can that fit a Chinese man?
Yeah.
Can a Chinese man come up here and fit that?
There were a lot of slaves throughout, like, the world.
No, but can a Chinese man fit that?
The full description.
Man, cursed in the cities. Is he cursed in the cities right now?
No.
I mean, he in the city. What are he doing in the city?
Living well.
Living well. He got his chop sueys, right? He got his wig stores, right? He's not cursed in the city, right? And he said, "Cursed shall you be in the field." Well, who had the most atrocious damn captivity?
That is true.
Right? I mean, nobody has went through what we went through, man. We still here today, though. Right? Now jump to another. Give me another. We try to open your eyes to show you that this book is written to us, and this is why we say we Israelites. I know you actually never came upon an Israelite, but this is why we believe what we believe in. Just to give you, straight to the point, on the table. We're not sugarcoating. We just gonna show you straight what we believe in. You know what I'm saying? You can do your own research, get into it. You know what I'm saying? See if, you know what I'm saying?
I like the different perspective of how you're approaching the Bible. Like, to be perfectly honest, I went to basically I was in Catholic school for 14 years, so I have a very Christian Catholic point of view.
Right.
I'm not a Catholic, but there would be a different viewpoint reading it from that perspective.
Right.
So I'm gonna break out
because it's opening up to show you that these people are actually still on the earth. And people say that was biblical time, but we still living in biblical time.
That's true.
Like you said, you wanted to get in the book of Revelation. Revelation is soon to come. I mean, a lot of stuff has to still come to pass. Right. Even stuff in the Old Testament. Right, so we still living in biblical times, right? Never ending.
I said I want to bring out another curse. Just kind of going into what we were talking about with the other nations, how we among them, but like they're predominantly in the so-called urban areas. Verse 40, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
Right, so the Lord said, basically you're going to have to go to everybody else but your own people for your necessities. Your food, your water, your clothing, and anything you want, you got to go to them for.
Yeah.
Right, so that's another curse. Now who would you say fit that?
Definitely has to be there on a level that's crazy because there are not a lot of black-owned farms straight up.
Even on top of that, like a lot of our people, we own like clothing businesses. Like for example, me and this brother, we both own clothing lines. We pick all the cotton, but yet we don't own textile mills to actually make
That
them.
is true.
So we still have to go to these other nations to even buy the material to make it. Whether you're making it from scratch and you getting the rolls of material, or whether you just going to a company, Haynes, Fruit, Looms, Gilding, whatever, just buying t-shirts, you still gotta go to these people.
It's even more crazier. The Most High just summed it up and said, anything you want.
Yeah, he said it one of all things.
Anything.
Yeah.
Right?
So even when you die, you need a death certificate.
Yeah.
So even when you're in the ground, you still gotta pay.
You gotta prove that you did.
Somebody gotta pay your fees. Right?
They gotta pay your debt if you owe it. They roll over to your kids.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want to drive, you gotta pay them.
You gotta have a license.
You gotta have a license.
There's a lot of
You want to get out of this land, you gotta have a passport.
Yeah.
All right, so you
You gotta get citizenship even if you move out of here.
All right, so we're gonna give you one more just to speed it up. 2868. Now, how did we as so-called blacks get over here? What form of transportation?
Ships. Middle passage.
Now, remember we read in prophecy that will befall what people?
Those who didn't listen. And the chosen people.
Yeah, the chosen
those who didn't listen.
Israelites.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just those.
Curses.
Yeah, it wasn't just those that wouldn't listen, because it may be some people that listen, but the Most High deal with nations. So, just like if you play sports, hey, we a team. If one fall, we all fall.
That's
Don't
fair.
mess up. Hey, everybody got to do the push-ups, the up downs. Right. So that's how the Most High deal. So that's true. So
Brother been through before.
yeah. So the Most High, right, said these things will happen to them. Now, you said that our people went into slavery on ships. Now, let's see what the Lord said was going to happen to the Israelites.
It's in verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into what again?
Into Egypt again.
What was the Israelites doing in Egypt?
Being slaves.
Being slaves. Now, did the Israelites have to? The Israelites had to walk into Egypt. I mean, had to go on the boat on Egypt.
No.
They walked in.
Yeah.
And they walked out. Right? Now, the Lord said He's going to bring you into Egypt again. Into what again? What is He saying? He's going to send you into what again?
Into Egypt. Into slavery.
Into slavery. Smart, brother. Right? So the Lord said He's going to send the Israelites into slavery again with what?
He said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships. Now, how we get over here, bro?
Ships.
How did Israelites get into slavery?
Originally walked, but that passage says it's going to happen again with ships.
Right? So you know that's not talking about the physical land of Egypt.
Right.
Because
It's more status.
right. Now, damn, all right. I got one over.
I do have your flyer. I saw it Saturday, 4 p.m.
Hold on. The brother's got a dollar on him.
Me? Yeah.
Brother's got a dollar on him. Hold on. He said we're going to go into slavery on ships, right?
Yeah.
Into Egypt. Now, what is that?
That's a pyramid
Which is based where?
in Egypt.
In Egypt. What is a pyramid all the way in the Middle East doing on an American dollar all the way over here in the Western
Ain't
Hemisphere?
gonna pass.
What is that going into?
That's a good question.
That's spiritual, because the Lord said it's not a physical land of Egypt, but it's spiritual. Because the same way you was in slavery in Egypt, the same way you're gonna be in slavery here. Right? Now bring it up.
He said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Say that one more time. He said what?
Get that in Revelation.
Oh yeah, Revelation 11 verse 5.
8. Revelation
11,
8.
8.
11, 8, yeah.
Just to prove that this is spiritual.
Book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse number 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So it's a spiritual place called Egypt, because spiritually these people went into slavery here.
That's true.
Now let's go back to Deuteronomy 28:16. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Said, by the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Let's start from the top again.
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again,
The Lord's gonna send the Israelites into slavery again with what?
with ships.
With ships.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more
So
again.
the Lord already promised we wasn't gonna see the physical land of Egypt again. So you know it's not talking about the physical land of Egypt.
Right.
Talking about somewhere spiritual where you're gonna serve in captivity.
Right.
Now, when we got out the slave ships, what did they do to us? How did they make money?
Sold us.
They did what?
Sold.
Let's see what the Lord said.
And there,
And what?
and there,
Once you get off those slave ships, what's gonna happen?
ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold
25,
unto your,
35, 45.
ye shall be sold
You shall be sold.
unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
Who was we sold to?
Definitely not our friends.
Not our friends.
Right.
Right?
Who was it, brother?
Who was
Say
it?
What nation of people?
Go ahead, brother. Well, because the Lord just said that He called them something.
You called them enemies.
Enemies.
So who's our enemy?
All right? Who's our enemies?
I would have to say those who would wish to enslave us.
Hey, see that? See that? So, I mean, let's finish it up.
He said, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for buying men and buying women, and no man shall buy you.
Now, buy just means redeem, because it just said that we was going to be sold. So you're not going to switch up and say, well, nobody's going to buy you.
No,
that doesn't make sense. So sold mean redeem, meaning nobody's going to get you out of this captivity.
Right.
Not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X, not Nat Turner. That's Satan. Not Malcolm X, not Marcus Garvey. Right? What's the brother that led the Black Panther Party?
Huey
Yeah, not him. He can't do it. Right? Only the most High through His Son is gonna save us out of here. So,
Right.
okay, now everything we just read, who does that fit, brother?
Sounds very similar to our situation.
Sounds very, very similar.
Right.
Now, who was God speaking to when He was saying those things, though?
His chosen people.
Which is called what?
The Israelites.
The Israelites. So if everything we read pertaining to the Israelites fit us, right? And we can't be black, we can't be African American, we can't be colored, we can't be Negro, all that's off the table, and we fit what's right here in the Bible. Who must that make us, bro? Who must that make us?
If it hasn't been specific to what it says there, it would have to make us the Israelites.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
Say it, man.
2 plus 2 is 4.
You can't, because it's history,
scared to
brother.
say it.
It's
I'm not scared to say
it's
it.
prophecy.
More of
I mean, he probably,
Time gonna come when you he to say it's troublesome, but right now you can say it.
He spent some time in the
Yeah.
not college. It was high school. High school.
But you see how the prophecy is linking up with history.
I can definitely, one, respect your point of view. Two, I'd have to dig a little bit deeper for me to fully agree.
Acts 17 and 11. That's good. That's good.
We respect it
Yeah.
We love that.
Right.
Please don't take our word for it.
at all.
You know what I'm saying? We're not one of those that just sweating at the pool pit, brother. Just take it and run with it, man.
From a touch of neighbor church.
Yeah, we want people to be studious and get into the scriptures, man. We provoke people and exhort people to read.
Yeah.
Open the book up and get in there, man. Get your pages damn dirty, man.
Right?
Right? Get the pages start ripping like a little bit, man. You get the highlights in there, man, and you get in there. Right? Bring it up.
Say Acts 17 and 11. These were more noble than those at Thessalonica.
I said the church of Berea, right, in the New Testament, hey, these men were very noble, man. Right? More than those in Thessalonica, man. Right? And what they do?
So, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind.
They received, because the men taught, right? Paul and the apostles, they taught.
Yes.
Right? So they received the word with all readiness of mind. The things that they brought out, they received it. They like you doing, brother.
Yeah.
You humble, you eager to hear, right? You're not quick to speak, right? And get a sacrifice of fools, like I say in the book of Ecclesiastes 5 and 1, right? So you're trying to, seek understanding, right? Now, these men were very noble because they did what?
And searched the scriptures daily.
They did what?
And search the scriptures daily.
No, they just took it and ran with it.
And search the scriptures daily.
These men searched the scriptures daily, so they got in their scriptures and what?
whether those things were so.
Whether those things were so. So they actually read and seen it. Okay, that's actually what he was talking about. Okay, all praise to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So do the research.
I was like, and with that, when you look into the etymology of that word scriptures, it's going back into the Old Testament.
Like you doing, bro.
Because, Acts, this is right after Christ was walking around.
Right.
So, Christ wasn't walking around with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
No.
So they had to have a reference point. So it is that Old Testament.
Right.
So it's a good thing that you said that you actually in the middle of reading Deuteronomy right now. So
Well, you just got some Deuteronomy.
expounded on it.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna
If you ain't to chapter 28, now you can look back and be like, all right, hold on, let me
double check some things. Make sure.
So, hey, check it out, brother. All praise. What was your name again?
Willie.
Willie?
Yes.
All praise. All praise.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
You as well.
Yeah. And,
Pleasure to meet you,
On
brother.
Saturdays we go out and we actually street teach on Saturdays. It's on the front of that flyer.
yeah, that's why I was looking at the time for like the address because it's 4 p.m. to 7:30.
Yep.
Oh,
Time for
4:30.
4:30. Apologize.
It says 4 on there, but we got to update it to 4:30.
Okay. But yeah, no, just to double check because like I'd be interested to hear more. Again, not necessarily saying everything's 100%, but I'm willing to hear more.
All praise to the Most High.
We got
Social media too.
We got plethora of
I saw that
videos.
on there. I don't really do social media.
We got YouTube though.
That's fair.
Email, phone number.
I do have you.
Phone number on there too.
All right.
Hey, they search it. Look into it, bro.
We ain't funny acting. We respond to you if you send us a message. So.
No.
It's your bad.
No,
That's me.
That's not me.
Listen, can I read you one more scripture before you leave? One more, and I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
Romans, Acts 8, 30.
So Acts 8:30.
Yeah.
Book of Acts,
31.
chapter 8 and verse number 30. And Philip ran hither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he delivered Philip that he would come up and sit with him.
So I say that to say, when you start reading, you have our flyer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to reach out. You know what I'm saying? And try to get the understanding of what the scriptures is saying. Because you have to come with what Christ says. He said you got to come to him like what? Newborn baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So be willing to learn. You know,
Of course.
that sense of remember.
So when you get into it, man, don't if you stuck on something, we can kind of go into it together, man. Because that's the reason why we are trying to get rid of the stronghold that's on our people, man. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I'm willing to because like it takes more than I always say it takes a group of minds coming together to find the best solution, not one mind by itself.
Overcame Babylon, we Israel, now we girded up. Ever since we came into the truth, we got our birdies up. Eat this Mac, think you funny, watch how it'll burn you up. I live 3 miles down, by the Sabbath journey up. Esau see us coming up, just watch how we just turn him up. In the kingdom, keep the law, we gon' have them double dutch. Occupy till I come, go ahead and eat this honey up. Anytime I see a blood moon, it got me jumping up. Esau doing coke, yeah, now he fanny up. I done got my spirit up, now let's just see what's up.